Subscribe to Desi Binger for reviews, recommendations of movies, TV series, and documentaries. Hit the bell icon so that you are updated whenever a new video is posted.
मैं एक ओपन करके आता हूँ. थोड़ा बेटर है ना. योर इंटरनेट कनेक्शन इज अनस्टेबल. व्हाट द फक. लेट्स सी. जैसा है वैसा एटलीस्ट ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है तो एंड एंड ऑफ द डे अगर वर्स्ट केस को पॉडकास्ट बना के डाल देंगे. Hi guys, this is your trusted Desi Binger back with another review. This time we have another guest with us, Sangnik. Sangnik is a friend. He's also an avid film lover, someone with whom I can have like long conversations about films, cinema, and welcome to Desi Binger, Sangnik. It's great to have you on the show. So, which movie are we going to talk about today?
It's Everything, Everywhere, All at Once by the Daniels.
The Daniels. These two guys, huh? They made another movie ना इसके पहले.
Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man. तूने देखा है क्या?
हाँ, it's a bizarre film.
Oh God.
It's about a farting corpse.
Yes. So मैंने नहीं देखा था. So when I watched this, I went and checked out what else they have done. And I couldn't believe that that's what the short description said.
Yeah, actually it's called the Swiss Army Man, but it's mainly known as the fart. Like when it
So tell me, what do you think? I mean, what did you like about the film? What's your view of the film?
Like you said, Daniel usually make this bizarre type of films, which are very well described as profane but profound. Like it will be profane, they will be profane, which some audience may not like at parts. Yeah, but then the ultimate meaning is profound. So, as this is a multiverse movie, but the beauty about this film is that though it sucks the audience by telling it as a multiverse action movie, but at the heart it's a family film.
True. Yeah.
There is a visual spectacle. There's a visual spectacle. The producers are Russo brothers, but then ultimately by the end you will be left teary-eyed and you
know, I was reading some reviews. So one of the reviews in New York Times says about this Everything Everywhere, a swirl of genre anarchy. So I really like that, you know. So it is some sort of anarchy, you know, that is happening. And some other reviewer also saying that it's Black Mirror finds itself sandwiched into Rick and Morty and then dialed up to 100. I thought those two.
More Rick and Morty, but it's not as gloom or as dark as Black Mirror, I think.
That's true.
It's totally different.
That's true. The tone is different.
But Rick and Morty, mostly inspired by Rick and Morty, Matrix. These are the more inspiration points, I think.
In fact, the makers, they were saying they conceived this idea long before, and they were kind of
long back
in the middle of writing when they saw Rick and Morty season 1 or 2 where they kind of explored this whole multiverse, and everything they had written, these guys had done it. So they had to shelve all those things and then restart the whole thing. And they had Michelle Yeoh ki jagah, they had Jackie Chan in mind, apparently, as the main hero. And then they changed.
In space of Stephen Chow, they had Aquafina.
So just coming back, you know, what we were talking about the movie, as you said, you know, it's a spectacle, but in the heart, it is like so all these layers that you put on top of that, the basic layer is a mother-daughter relationship. It's about this lady who's outside of her land, as in she's in America, and she's trying to do the best.
Immigrant.
In terms of being an American, she wants to do her best in terms of being a daughter, a wife, a business owner, also a mother. So she's trying all those things, and you know how she's miserably failing. But in the end, how she kind of wins. That's like the basic layer. And that basic layer always itself, it works. Generally, these films, they lose the basic layer. And in even all the entire phase 4 of Marvel, the whole idea of, you know, making it profound and making it, you know, ready for the next, etc., that the basic layer itself doesn't work. So then the other things based on top of that, it won't work.
I think, Marvel, the multiverse is just a tool to move the character and the plot forward. Like, kuch to connect karna hai, in the future it will connect to someone you can. And also it's like me for Marvel. Ye idhar mar gaya to udhar zinda ho jayega. Spoke about the mother-daughter dynamic. That's good. That's true. But also the dynamic between the husband and the wife. That's a very
Yeah.
special dynamic explored.
Mm.
Like it's a family. Like the husband, like he, if you can see, he is the beta character here. Like the
Mm.
way alpha woman, he comes from the alpha, but he dies midway. The
Mm.
beta woman like guides her in the fight and shows her the true meaning of love and compassion. So in a way, like he is the beta hero we can remember right now. Like in most of the movies, the beta hero, which like the beta hero develops into alpha by some superpower or by something. He shows Michelle Yeoh the true of love and compassion. So it's a beautiful.
Yeah.
In the whole family dynamics is very well done here.
Yeah, yeah. That is, so
Yeah,
people
that's
miss
a very
that, that's
nice
it,
film.
it can overwhelm you, the whole spectacle of everything everywhere all at once, that you will miss that maybe. I went to watch it in the hall because I wanted to see it with an audience and all. Though there's decent audience. You also saw it, kya theater mein?
Yeah, yesterday. It was
Uh,
almost houseful, and I'm pretty sure 85% of them were watching it for the second time.
yeah, so
Experience it
even
on the
I
big
felt that,
screen.
so they
But
knew
it's a
the beat.
wonderful experience.
It was a wonderful
Yeah.
experience, yeah. And we that's this whole community coming. So yeah, so when I watched for the first time, I remember I missed, like, for the first hour, I was like, "Kya ho raha hai?" And I'm like, only finding place. And then you get anchored, and then you're like, "No, just this is the anchor. This family story is the main story," and then it's easy. But the other thing is the themes, like, the kind of themes they've picked. The Daniels, they are known for this, picking such themes, and everything is a metaphor. Everything means something else, right? So all those things, like, the metaphor of the metaverse, or the multiverse is could be so many things. Like, it could be, or like, this lady, even though she was not, I mean, even though she was living a normal life, she was living in a multiverse where she's, as I was saying earlier, a daughter, a mother, a yeah. So it's, that is also, like, in a way, a metaphor. Multiverse is a metaphor, the
Right.
different lives we live. Any other metaphor you picked in this? Like, what do
Yeah.
you think? What the bagel matlab kya? What was the bagel?
Yeah, this is a very interesting concept. Like I read somewhere. Like, see, the thing is, first of all, this in this movie, this bagel, which is a black ring with a white coat inside, is that the character of Joy, which is Jobu Tupaki. That she was being experimented by Evelyn in Alphaverse. And her mind collapsed and she became the villain.
Hmm.
But the problem with Jobu Tupaki is she is also facing like there is another metaphor, like one other representation, depression. The whole depression Joy is facing in her life.
Hmm.
So she is like suppressed and depressed from inside. Even
Hmm.
with Jobu Tupaki, when she becomes a can experience every universe at the same time.
At the same
So she
time.
doesn't live at any one universe. So when she says nothing matters for her, and she
Hmm.
wants to escape from this feeling. So she created the everything bagel, everything in the world, and it itself. Because if you put everything in one thing, it will collapse. It's like a black hole. But the main thing is that much of the movie we are led to believe that she wants to find Evelyn and kill her, the right Evelyn.
Hmm. Correct.
But when she goes over to Pagi towards that bagel, she doesn't want to kill her. She wants someone like her whose mind is also equally collapsed,
Hmm.
and then find some meaning and then go away from this because it doesn't mean anything to her. So that
Hmm.
bagel is like a black hole which will suck them out of their misery, out of their life. You can
Hmm.
say out of even. And the nice thing
Wow.
which is the antithesis of the bagel, which is this. Because that's the black center with the white ring around it.
No, no,
And the
I
bagel is
missed
the
that. Antithesis
black
of the
ring
bagel. What is that?
the googly eyes, the eyes which they
Ah,
sticker
yeah,
eyes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She keeps it here.
This is
Hmm.
the black center with the outer. It's the
Hmm.
antithesis because whenever you see the googly eyes are placed, it brings life to everything, even the rocks.
Correct,
If
correct,
you place
correct.
the eye, it will be like a living being. It brings
Hmm.
hope. Every googly eye point
Hmm.
makes everyone villain into some form of life, even the
Yeah, yeah. That's
rocks.
a nice one. Yeah,
So
that's a
yeah,
nice one.
that's the
That's a
interesting
nice
thing.
one. Hmm. People who haven't seen the film might be thinking, "Kya hai ye?" It is just like what we are talking. It is all, there is all sorts of crazy uh, props they have used. Like, the see, one other thing I really liked, Sangnik, is there is, although they are talking multiverse and it's an important aspect of the film, they are making fun of it also. So, like, you have to do something weird to, activate that jump. So it's actually making direct fun of all these other movies where, they create something, some prop.
Super.
Yeah, and they make it sound very serious, like this prop, etc., is very serious prop. And if you do that, like if you remember, even in No Way Home, like he does this whole spell, and it's a very serious thing, like, okay, you break this spell, the multiverse
Yeah,
will
yeah.
break. But I mean, it's a
Like
ridiculous thing.
someone enters Doctor Who has to do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's a ridiculous thing, which in Marvel universe this is explained to us with exposition, that it's important and you need to believe this because this happens and that is why the multiverse breaks. So what these guys have done is to understand the call the bullshit. So they're like, you are basically just talking bullshit. I can make a movie in which a guy can do something like, apne ass mein he can put like a plug and he can jump, like, it's that ridiculous. So I think it's
Plug,
like a
yeah.
commentary there.
Like
Ah,
you can do it through heavy things, you can do it through silly things. So
correct.
like peeing on yourself, cutting pads, all the making fun of the paper. So all these
Yeah,
are
no,
funny
what
things.
what I'm saying
And
is
as
they
you
could
said,
have made it
it's
serious. They
yeah.
could have said, ki, no, you have to do something and then only you'll jump. But the janbuj ki they've made it silly so that it is a comment on all these movies. Ki, bhai, itna seriously matlo. What's your favorite scene
Oh,
from
my
the
favorite
film?
scene. Yeah, it has to be the rock verse. The rock verse.
The
Yeah.
Rock.
Because up because up till that point, every like by almost one two-third of the movie is gone, and you are just for the first time viewers, you are overwhelmed by all the spectacle.
Yeah.
And that time the mind collapses on itself, character, and you also feel like it's exhausting up to a point to make meaning of it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
It's
suddenly you see a couple of minutes or two
relentless.
minutes, couple of minutes of relentless. It
Hmm.
goes on, and suddenly you are taken out of that, and nothing other than dialogue screen is written. Fun
Hmm.
fact is there was supposed to be dialogue between the rocks, like audible dialogues, but Michelle Yeoh, I think, was said it is not necessary. Audience breathe and take itself. And I really loved the rock scene. Like it was two moments of silence and
Yeah.
self-reflection in movie where everything goes berserk every moment.
Yeah. And watching it with the audience, so you are it's a beautiful score. So that whole score comes like right at the stop. They don't give any background music also. It's just, and it takes a while for you because I never look at subtitles when I'm watching a film. So unless I'm watching a film in completely different language, I will never look at subtitles. So when you watch and you're like, okay, what's happening? Like, did it just stop? Did it? And then you look at subtitles and things are happening. So people stopped and then people started laughing. So only you only hear the laugh. Then so no, that was a nice thing in when I was watching it in the theater. Maybe about 60% of the frame, any frame you pick, it's iconic, But my favorite was the first fight, the, Ki Hun Kwa, our hero, beta hero that he was saying. His
Ah, yeah,
the
the
fanny
fanny
pack.
pack fight.
Oh my God. So that sucked me in. And what you like about it, like what I liked about it is actually very true to Kung Fu, Jackie Chan style of action, direction, choreography, and shoot. Okay. So that is it's a hard work. They will all these Hollywood movies, a lot of them, they show Kung Fu, but it's not Kung Fu. It's just camera moving and making the impact, making it sound look like Kung Fu, but it's not really Kung Fu. But there you actually see, the Kung Fu happening.
That is the scene which sucks the audience. Like, before that, it didn't.
Yes. Yeah, but how good are the performances? Like Michelle Yeoh, I mean, I never knew she could act so well.
Yeah, even she was full when she was offered the script. Like if people maybe have pigeonholed her into a martial artist with glamour. Through this movie, could show her range of acting skills, and even she
Yeah.
is grateful for that. Yeah, she did, but
She was
this
so good. In fact,
one will really her
there
way
are
ahead.
talks that she might get nominated.
Yeah, I think she will. She
She
will be
might get
nominated.
nominated. But see, the whole Oscar thing is it's how you play it. Okay. Like Parasite and all, you have to be at the right place, right time and all. It can, like, look at RRR. They're talking about an Oscar possibility for RRR. What is
True.
it? So it's nothing but being at the right place. And it has to be a pull factor. It can't be, you can't
Yeah,
push your
Rajamouli.
movie. People should want to watch your film. So ऐसा आपने एक अनुराग कश्यप या राजामौली जैसा अगर कुछ एक बन गया where or actor also, then yeah, we have a chance. Doesn't matter the film. If the pull is there, we have a chance. So that's why there's a lot of pull, and there's a good chance that this film will be there. And even like the hero, he was in the sabbatical. He's acted as a child,
Yeah.
and then, as you said, he did stunt choreography, and then
He
he's
quit
back.
acting, not quit acting.
He quit
Yeah.
acting, no?
Hmm.
But he was so good. His voice is so good, man. It was like I really liked the way he was speaking. And the daughter, I have never seen her. What's her name? I don't even know that.
Stephen Shu, but even I have not seen it before this.
Yeah, that whole, when she's crying and when she's like in that vulnerable state, oh my God, so nicely done. And whenever she's Jobu Tabaki, like,
Yeah,
you don't
and
get
beautifully and yeah,
Bul.
beautifully goofy also helped her.
Yeah,
Goofy
and,
costumes each time she appeared.
and she
Yeah,
pulls it
wonderful.
off, man. That, thing, bagel in her head thing, she pulls that off. And Jamie Lee Curtis. The that was surprise
Wonderful.
package of the film. If there were movie, there was enough surprise in the film, but this was like, I was not expecting. I thought Jamie Lee Curtis is just going to be like that,
Yeah.
a guest role, and that's it. But she's a proper supporting cast, and she pulls it off. Yeah, she could get a supporting actress nomination. She should.
This is the whole thing about the story, that you can judge some people, be very desperate and be very angry at, but if you get to know them, even they have a good side. They have some compassion in them.
Yeah,
So
like
yeah, that
like
character is every
yeah,
character is beautifully written.
beautifully done. Like, she, in the end, you think he would have told her something really profound for her to give them a chance. And she asks, Michelle Yeoh's
Yeah.
character asks her husband that, what did you tell her? And he just says, I just
What
talked
did
to her,
husband say?
in his nice voice. He says, I just talked to her. And that was enough, Yeah. So what else? What else do you want to talk about the film?
There's some amazing facts, like VFX team consisted of 5 people, and
Really?
they did the majority of the work. Yeah, they did majority of the work in the pandemic in their bedrooms. So
My
yeah,
God.
that's one amazing thing everyone should know. Like, it's
That
really,
is
really wonderful.
unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Even the editing,
Yeah.
so precise, just so precise.
Editing is a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think editing mein to they
Editing
have
is a
like
big
a
thing in
chance
this
to
movie.
win also. Like, forget the nomination. They have a chance to win, and they should win. It's perfect, the editing. That's not a high note, not a note that they've missed, So yeah, that's it, guys. So, it's a,
There are some
yeah. Bull. You seem to have a lot of trivia, which I don't.
no, just on that. There are some books. Yeah, no, not trivia. Like books which they say are not filmable, and this is a film. I think you can't write as a book. It's very difficult to write this as a book. It's a visual treat.
It's
I
a
don't think
visual
it
thing.
can
I
be
agree.
written.
Very well done.
Nice.
Yeah. So, guys, go and watch this in theaters. It's a wonderful film. It's a film, like ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि ऐसा तुमने देखा नहीं होगा. Something you haven't seen, something like this. This is truly that. This is truly, you haven't seen something like this and haven't experienced something like this. And for a lot of people, it will be too much. Okay, but the idea is to ground it to that domestic story and then treat everything as fun. Then I think you will have a very, very good, time. I don't know how many times you've seen it. I have seen it 3 times, twice on my A and once in the theater.
I have watched it twice, and I would advise everyone to watch it at least twice. Because first go and watch it in near you, experience it, and watch it second time, because it is impossible to grasp everything the first time. First time you'll be just
You
blown
shouldn't
away with the
even try.
visual.
Thanks a lot, Sangnik, for coming
Needs to
and
be seen,
sharing with us what you felt about this. And so don't be surprised if in the Oscar season, suddenly you hear this film and you're like, "Arey, ye kab aayi thi? Ab aayi thi." And we are telling you, कि आई है, जाओ देखो. Chalo, guys. Bye-bye.
Chalo.
Bye, dude.